Now, over the last few years, we have helped over 200 Amazon sellers trying to successfully sell on Amazon, and we have conducted countless of consultations through a lot of Amazon sellers trying to tackle down all of their problems. So we have first-hand information of why those Amazon sellers failed. And in this video, I'm going to break down all of the traits and common issues that we found for those sellers that have failed. And if you're not prepared for what I'm about to share, you are simply not ready to start your Amazon FBA business or any business at all. Now, nobody warned me about this when I first started on Amazon. So right now, I'm warning you right now. Have you ever seen a lot of the ads that were telling you, oh, I'm sourcing this product from Alibaba that cost me $1, but then I can sell on Amazon for $10 and then I'm making $9 worth of profits. Have you ever seen those ads? Those sort of gurus are just everywhere, right? And they are not setting you the right expectation on selling on Amazon, because Amazon is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, back to the example that I just made, right? People are telling you that you can make $9 of something that you can sell for $10 because you source it from China, because you can sell on Amazon. That is completely not the case, because there are a ton of information and costs that they do not let you know about. For example, like there is a lot of shipping fees, right? You need to be able to ship your products into Amazon. So there's shipping fees right there. And before you're able to ship your products, you're going to need to inspect your products, right? You're going to pay inspection fees. And there's a lot of one-time fees like that. You need to get your photography done. You need to get a listing done, right? You need to get your copywriting listing done. You need to get your PPC set up. You need to get graphic design to set up your A+ content. There is a lot of one-time fees involved in there as well. And further than that, Amazon also takes a bunch of the profits that you have. For example, they have something that's called FBA fees, which is like a per item fees, that every single time that you make a sale, they will take that FBA fulfillment fee from you. They also take like a commission fee. They call it as a referral fee. So that's basically a 15% commission fee from every single sale that you make. So for example, you're selling something for $10, they will basically take $1.5 out of that $10 from you. So in reality, what we have been seeing is that the average profit margins in this business is around 20%. Now, if you are not one of those really big sellers and you do not have to scale your business really big, sometimes your profit margins could go bigger. Sometimes you could reach like 40%, 50% if you find a really good product. But after advertising costs and all of the costs like that, usually you could be looking for something that is around 30% to 40% of the profit margins. But 80%, 90% of profit margins, those are just not realistic at all. Those are just a completely scam that is trying to get you to buy their course or whatever it is. So if you're trying to find products that can go up to like 40%, 50% profit margins, then you really need to have something really strong USP, meaning a very strong unique selling point that is just going to be killing everyone inside of your niche. Then you can probably price your products a lot higher than everyone else. But for everyday items and for a lot of the categories that we sell on Amazon, it is really hard and really difficult to do that. The other way that you can have really high profit margins, you can sell on something that has a really high barrier of entry. For example, if you're selling a supplement, right? If supplements need to have a lot of documentations, for example, FDA approvals, lab testings, those sort of products is something that is going to be a high risk, high reward sort of situation. And those are the products that a lot of people are trying to avoid them. But if you have the patience and you have the risk tolerance to actually get through the barrier, then you could be looking at a very lucrative market, right? For supplement products, we have seen people that have around like 50% profit margins. That could happen to you if you are selling high barrier entry categories or products. Now, I can't believe nobody is talking about this. If anyone guarantees that your business is going to be successful, that is a complete scam, and you should run the hell out of it. Because ask yourself this: what kind of business is 100% rate of success? Right? I don't even know why I have to explain to this, because I've seen so many clients that have a false expectations on Amazon, or some sort of gurus would be like, oh, join my course or like buy my service and you will get a 100% guarantee that you're going to make your money back, or that you're going to just successfully launch on Amazon and you're going to be a millionaire afterwards. I've seen a lot of big claims like that, but just use your common sense and you know that those are the sort of sentence that a scammer or a liar would tell you to. Now, not even for Amazon business, right? If you take a look at any sort of investment opportunities, right? If anyone in the world tells you, oh, invest in this and I will guarantee a 100% ROI, or that I'm going to guarantee that you will be making money from this. When I hear from this, I just immediately run away, and I know that guy's a scammer and he's trying to scam my money. Because think about this, the highest level of guarantee that you can make money is buying government bonds, right? And because that you have the highest chance of making money through government bonds, they are only giving you around 2%, 3% of the money. For example, right, if you invest $1,000 into government bonds, the next year you make $30. That is the safest and the highest guarantee situation that could be in. Because it's so safe, you can only make about 3% of your money. Now think about this. Even government bonds could fail because a country could just disappear the next day. You would never know, right? Government could go down, country could go down, and so would your bond too. So even the safest investment that you can buy that guarantee you're going to be making money out of it, that could fail too. Nobody warned me about this. That is why I'm trying to warn you right now, is that never try to do Amazon FBA completely on your own. I started my Amazon FBA journey when I was in college, and I actually spent 2 years of my life trying to do this completely by myself. And therefore, I have wasted 2 years of my life and wasted thousands of money trying to start this business. And spoiler alert, this is actually the fastest way to burn your money, burn your cash, and burn your time and patience on starting a business. So let me show you a better way. First of all, try to find as much of the business information that you can in the internet. On YouTube. There is a lot of good information on YouTube. There's a lot of good information on social media. Try to learn and try to absorb as much information there as possible. For example, follow this channel. I'm going to be sharing everything I know for free in this channel. The next step is to try to find a mentor. If you want to accelerate this sort of process, but if you do not have the time to actually find all of the resources and learn from the internet, the fastest way to grow and trying to learn this process is to find a mentor or a course, to join a membership or a course that can help you through all of this. You could probably find a lot of the information that the course already covers in the internet, but if you want to have like systematic ways to do this, the step-by-step way to do it, the best way and the quickest way is to find a course. But there is a lot of mentors, a lot of gurus on the internet that are just selling the course without actually doing the business themselves. They probably do not sell on Amazon themselves. They are basically just trying to teach a course and sell the course. They are the marketer of the course, and that's it. So you really need to identify which one is the true gurus and which one are the fake gurus. So this is the tricky part of this process. I have bought over 3 mentors program or courses throughout my Amazon journey. For the first 2 courses that I bought, I actually bought it from a fake guru. They claim that they sell on Amazon, but then they are teaching you a lot of the business wrongly. They are just basically learning from whatever the internet and they just sort of make it into the course. And they do not sell on Amazon. They are teaching you fake information, and then they are teaching you a lot of the most basic concept and basic ways. And there are just no advanced tactics or strategies at all. But after continuous learning about this process and how this works, I was able to find a really great mentor on my 3rd course. So it is really important to know that you should not be doing everything by yourself. So that is why community is so important, right? You can actually make a lot of friends and probably find a business partner to join your Amazon selling journey. So if I have any sort of problems that I need solving, I can always go to them, and everyone have their own specialty on selling their products, right? So I can learn a lot of the experience, I can learn a lot of the tactics and skills and knowledge from them, and that helped me grow as an Amazon seller. This is what I recommend for everyone as well. Try to be in a community that has good vibes, good people, good members inside of the communities. That will be one of the fastest way to grow on Amazon and grow on any sort of business. Also, when you are actually stuck on something, always try to pay money to ask a consultant about that questions. Always try to get help from a mentor or a consultant. If, for example, before I launch a product, but I was so not sure about if this product is going to work or not, if I have the opportunity to pay someone like $200, $300 per hour, and I was able to talk to a 7-figure seller or a 7-figure consultant about my problems, if this product is going to succeed or not, is this product going to be a good product launch for me? If I were able to do that, and then that consultant were able to tell me, oh, this product probably won't work, it is too competitive, your resources are just too little for you to succeed on Amazon, then that $200 or $300 call could probably save me thousands of money and months of my time. So we do kind of offer these sort of services in No One Tactics. You can find out about that service in nowonetactics.com, and you can do a lot of consultations to 7-figure sellers or 8-figure sellers within our company. Nobody told me about this important concept on selling on Amazon is that you need to have a winner mindset. Success on Amazon FBA is never going to be about never failing. It's all about what you're going to do after you failed. Are you going to get up, rethink about what you have done wrong, and then improve it on your next Amazon launch? That is the key. Having a good mindset, I would say, is probably the most important thing that you can have that can determine if you're going to be successful or not on Amazon. Not product research, not how much money you have. It's about having a good, proper mindset. So again, I have failed over 4 products before I found my 5th products. If I were to give up on any of the products that I have failed, my first product, my second product, or my third product, if I have just stopped there, I wouldn't be sitting here and talking to you guys. I wouldn't have found my winning product on my 5th product. I wouldn't be able to make millions of dollars off that product. And that is all because I do not give up. I always try to climb back up after I failed. Doesn't matter how hard it is. It was a very painful and struggling way at that time to start a business, but this is what business is about. It's about trial and errors. It's about learning from your mistakes. It's about climbing back up after you failed. It's about having a good, proper winning mindset. That is the most important thing in this business. So, there's like a 99% of chances that you will fail during your first business, but it really all depends on what you're going to do next. Let's just say that you have failed the first attempt of your business. What are you going to do? Either you're going to climb back up and try again, or that you're just going to admit and give up, right? If you give up, then you truly did fail that business. But if you try to get back up and try to work on the business and learn from your mistakes, the second time of you failing that exact same business is going to be dramatically decreases from 99% to 50%, right? And so as long as you keep on learning the process, keep on learning from your mistakes, keep on getting back up from your failures, keep on having a winner mindset, and that you will succeed no matter what. A lot of new beginner sellers struggle from this is that they are trying to be a professionalism. They are always trying to find the perfect product, the perfect USP, the perfect right time and moment to launch a product. But the thing is, there is never a perfect time. There's never a perfect product. There's never going to be a perfect opportunity for you to launch a product. But let me show you that sometimes good enough could just be more profitable than the perfect timing. First of all, you cannot find a 100% perfect product that matches every single criteria, but you need to have the mindset to accept it. Or it could be something else too. Oh, I don't know the brand name of my product. I don't know what company name I should have. I don't know how my logo is gonna look like. Does this logo look good? Does that logo look good? I probably have to spend a lot of money and time into remaking my whole logo. Having every single thing prepared and be a professionalism and having everything right on sync, that is never going to happen, and that could waste you a lot of time, money, and energy into launching a business. So what I recommend you to do is that, okay, find something easy that you can take, try to get your feet in the water first, and if you're not sure if this product is going to work out or not, ask for a consultant, right? Find a seller that has been in your shoes before, that you think that his opinion matters a lot. And a lot of people are stuck on the USP level when they're trying to find a profitable, successful potential product on Amazon. They think that, oh, because everyone else is selling good, but I'm just trying to launch something that have, really, really minor improvements. I don't think my improvement is strong enough. I don't think people are going to buy my product versus everyone else. Well, sometimes, depending on your product, that could be true, but sometimes minor improvement actually works as well. And depending on your niche, right? If you have like a really, really big niche, like you're selling a laptop, you're selling an iPhone, then yeah, if you're trying to sell in those kind of niche, then your improvement needs to be a lot better than everyone else. But if you're just trying to launch something small, for example, a niche that has around $5,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 monthly revenue, then you probably don't need that strong of a USP. In my experience, for niches in small categories like that, sometimes just by having a better quality listing image can just differentiate yourself with everyone else. Because for a small niche like that, a lot of people don't really care that much into the little details. But even though if you're selling the same exact products, but then you care about the details, you care about the listing images, you care about the copywritings, that could make the difference, and that could make other customers select your products over than everyone else, even though you did not make significant improvements on your product. So that's what I'm trying to say. Do not struggle too much attentions onto the improvements, onto the USP that you make, but you need to be competitive enough. You need to have something different. Nobody really shared about this sort of information when I started on FBA, is that you need to be patient and you need to learn continuously on Amazon because Amazon's competition is rising. There are a lot more new sellers coming into Amazon. There are always higher fees. There are a lot of new rules and new competitions. And if you think that you have already learned it all, then you are probably behind already. So mindset and patience is going to be the #1 key in this business. There could be many reasons why you try to start a business or why you want to try to become an entrepreneur, but most people want to make a living or be financial freedom or have a free life. Well, how much time and effort do you really have to spend into making that goal possible? Now, let's just say that your work currently, your current salary is going to pay you $100,000 salary every year. That means that you would have to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, as hard as possible to earn that $100,000 salary. But don't think that trying to launch a business, trying to create a business can let you just cut corners like that. Yes, you could probably reach $100,000 in profit sooner and easier than your current job, but do not think that you do not have to spend the same amount or even more efforts compared to your job. You're doing 8 hours a day in your business and then you are doing 5 days a week, right? For every week for 1 year, and then you can earn that $100,000. And sometimes that could mean that you have to keep trying it, right? You have to work extremely hard to earn that $100,000 salary in your work. You should definitely do the same for your own business as well. So if all the things that I have mentioned in this video you have prepared for, you have the knowledge about it, I think it is a very good time for you to actually start your Amazon FBA journey. And if you want to learn more about Amazon FBA, click on any of those videos that shows up on your screen, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.